Okay everyone, here we are going to discuss about literature review. We are going to discuss about definition and then kind of sources, criteria of source selection, and the action when writing literature review. And then the last one, we are going to talk about literature review structures, the main body of literature review. Okay, here we go. About literature review, it means a survey of the literature of the research or article in your chosen area, in your topic of your study. And then also the important thing here, not just mention about the finding or about the results of the other literature review, but also synthesize the information in the literature review, the information that literature or research or article into a summary. Synthesize here means to combine or put together separate things so that they make connected whole. Not just mentioning one by one, but combine and put together separate things that you make a connection whole. That's synthesize, not summary itself, but synthesize, combine several other researchers related to your topic. And then the next point in the literature review is critically analyze. It's critically analyzing the information gathered by identifying gaps in current knowledge. Okay, the important thing here is identifying gap in current knowledge, showing limitation of the theories by formulating areas of further research and reviewing areas of controversy. This is the main critical analysis of you, because you should find the gaps. Gap here, it means to what are the limitation, what are the lackness of the other researchers article. And then the last one, present literatures in organized way. Okay, those are about literature review. Hopefully you can understand what is literature review. The main point of literature review, as I said before, synthesize here. Okay, the next kind of sources. There are three kind of sources. The first one is primary or original sources. Primary or original sources means your literature, your references, your article as a references is from research base, not from synthesize, not from systematic review, but this is article based on research. Later I will show you about the example. And then the second one is secondary. It means the evaluations of other research, other article, or review of other article. And then tertiary, it's the broadly scoped material put together solely secondary sources to provide an overview. Example, your sources is from textbook. So I suggest you to use the articles, use the journal, not from a textbook. Textbook should be limited. First one, this is the primary sources. As you can see here, the sources, this is my article. My article is based on research. Like this, modify online survey comprising close-ended question would administer 270 ESP instructors of nursing from 35 universities in Indonesia. So this is purely from research. And the next one, how about this? It is a meta-analysis or review article. The article means it is based on the analysis, based on the review from other articles, not based on conducting research. This is the main point, meta-analysis technique. This is based on 52 studies. So this is just analyze several studies, several articles, and then synthesize and concluding about the weaknesses, the popular, for example, like strategies they found from those articles. Okay, I think that's it about primary sources and secondary sources. And the third theory is very easy because it's based on the textbook. Now we are going to discuss about the tools for searching the literature review. As I commonly do for finding the literature review, for finding the article, I use Google Scholar. This is the easiest one, Google Scholar. So a lot of articles, a lot of research, a lot of studies can be found by using this Google Scholar. The limitation of Google Scholar is there is no selected, no filters about what is the good article and then what is the bad article, what is not good quality. And then also you can find the good quality or prestigious journal from my website dudi.docenunimus.ac.id. Here are the links for the journals in language research and ELT. Those links of the journal are the prestigious journal for international publication. And then the tools for searching the article, you can also by using Purposenas, esources.purposenas.go.id. So you can decide about the keyword and then find a lot of articles there based on the reputable sources from the Purposenas. Okay, those are. Hopefully you can try it, how to find the article. We are going about the criteria of source selection for your article. The first one is relevance. Relevant means the research, the studies contribute to development of your topic. And then clarify your position. So the other articles, the background, the previous article should be the developments for your proposed article. Should be the base of your article. And then provide alternative point of view you wish to argue against. Provide useful primary sources materials that relevant. And then authority. This is authority. Authority should be published in a reputable journal, international journal. It has been critically evaluated. It has been extensively as source material and been peer reviewed. Those are the criteria for reputable journal. And then organized in authority in the area should be organized, have been reviewed, and also critically evaluated. And then the last one, currency. Currency is dealing with the recent research or still influential in the area, still relevance to the setting, relevance to the situation for your research. Okay, those are about the criteria of source selection: relevant, authority, and currency. Okay, when you do write literature review, so the important action should be conducted. The first one, keep the primary focus on literature. It means don't forget to put the references, citation, and then in the literature review, your job is to compare or contrast based on the various argument here, themes is the topic like that, and then methodologies, approaches, and also finding on your literature review, on your literatures, on your references. Then you should be a critic. You should criticize about which argument are more persuasive, which argument is very important, attractive, and significant for your topic, and then which approaches, finding, methodologies seem most reliable, valid, appropriate, and why those sources are reliable, valid, and appropriate. And the last one, please connect your references dealing with how does our area draw on the part from, synthesize what has been said in the literature. Again, synthesize is the main important one. It means to compare, contrast, and then evaluate and also summarize. The last one is talking about structures. Structures of literature review commonly related to introduction. Introduction here means to introduce the topic or problem and the context within it is found as a background like that. Give an overview of the main point of each source, combine them into a coherent whole. That's introduction. The next one is the body. Examine past research in the area, highlighting methodological, theoretical development, areas of agreement, continuous areas, important studies, and so forth. Here your jobs to add your interpretation, discussion, and significance of the finding relations to the literature as a whole. And then you also here in the body critical evaluation mention the strengths and weaknesses of your sources, of your article you found. And then the last one, conclusion. Conclusion here summarize what has emerged from the review of literature and reiterate conclusion. Conclusion here, for example, like from several articles, several research, several studies you have reviewed, and then what is the important one, and then what should be filled, what should be developed based on your research. Here are the example from my research or my article 2011. The first one is introduction. Introduction, for example, like here. Okay, talking about my research, explicit metacognitive collaboration strategy instruction. You're talking about the combination between metacognitive and cognitive in teaching instruction. So this article based on two methods. The first one is metacognitive, and the second one is cognitive, combined to be metacognitive. Talking about introduction here, this is the introduction. Explicit metacognitive collaboration strategy instruction is clearly stated instruction of metacognitive that cognitive strategies. This is the introduction, combination. And then the strategy were campaigned to make students aware about kind of strategies that were used in teaching and learning process. Then from the literature review, this is the body of literature review, I synthesize from other researchers dealing with metacognition itself. Okay, the part 1 is metacognition, so defined from other sources as a construct having to do with the thinking about one's thinking. The sources from Nelson's 2012, and also supporting definition from other research. Metacognition studies point out the method applied to enable. This is my conclusion first. This is my conclusion, and then supporting argument dealing with metacognition is from Holden 2012. That metacognitive strategic instruction involve conscious management and regulation of a learning process. So this position from the literature review talking about other article as a synthesize from other articles talking about metacognition or metacognitive. Meanwhile, this is talking about meanwhile cognitive listening strategy. On the other hand, instruction can enable learners to overcome their listening difficulties. Here are the researchers O'Malley and Charlotte. In one, cognitive strategies are defined mental work that utilize. So the second paragraph is talking another sources who mention the important things of cognition. The first one, the importance aspect of metacognition, and then the second one, also the important aspect of cognitive listening strategy or cognition. And then you should find the gap. The gap here, gaps meaning the weaknesses. The implementation of listening strategy between cognitive and metacognitive cannot be separated in the speech in the process of teaching. Field stated the distinguish between cognitive and metacognitive strategies in teaching is arduous or difficult for listening lectures. It means the research in researching metacognitive and cognitive not to be separated but should be combined. That's why my conclusion here can be drawn that metacognitive strategies in one context are possible to be cognitive in another. Therefore, talking about my goal, cognitive strategies and metacognitive strategies were run simultaneously. So that's why the present study, this metacognitive collaboration strategies was implemented based on step and display in figure 1. The first stage is like another explanation in figure 1. The first stage, for example, like explaining listening class by explaining goal listening class and activation of their background of knowledge. Okay, those are the main body of literature review. The first one talking about background, and then body talking about synthesis, and also mention about the weaknesses or gap, and the last one talking about conclusion and your goal of your proposed research. That's it for my presentation. Thank you and good luck for your study. Afternoon.